On the Isle of Skye now, driving to the little fishing village of Algol. It sounds almost like the Lord of the Rings. Trying to get a view of this big mountain. Just going through the little village of Algol, which is very spread out. This is the little harbour of Algol, where we are spending the nights. So these are our friends that I met. They live on Soy Island. They're just going to go fetch the dog. They are fully packed with groceries and an oven, which actually is not for them, it's for somebody else on the island. There are only 8 people living on the island now because a lot of people have left. Most of the places there are holiday cottages. They've been living there for the last 30-40 years. And so they're just fetching the dog. So they said they probably will tow the dinghy today because the boat's fully loaded. Normally they put the dog on board and then put the dinghy on top of the boat. But they're going to just tow. I think that island in the distance there is Soy Island. And I'll put a link into for her book. And there they go, into the sunset. She says it's about half an hour to go to where they live. we've taken a little stroll up the hill, but close to abandoning it because it's so soggy and muddy. Besides all the midges. It's so beautiful. After having had the most beautiful 2 days in the Isle of Skye, we woke up to the rain and the mist. The rain seems to sort of have stopped a little bit. They are forecasting sunny skies later on, so...
Depends which forecast you look at.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll get some sunshine, because normally we don't really worry about the rain, but on the Isle of Skye, because of all the viewpoints, we would really like to see it when it's nice and clear. So we are heading to the nice viewpoint, which is at the lighthouses on the most western side of the island. We decided to brave the wind, which is currently, John is just measuring it, 28 kilometers an hour. When I came, 22, wait, oh 32. When I came here earlier on it was 43, so it's died down a little bit. Anyway, we'll go for our hike on this beautiful path over this hilltop. We're walking towards the beginning of the fairy pools hiking trail, which is all the way up there to the top. It looks like the river, but it's actually the pathway. There are lots of pools in there. We didn't park at the main car park. We parked about 1 kilometer up, but it's going to be uphill all the way back. And it's pretty muddy around here, but we will persevere because this is a bit of a shortcut. This then is the first waterfall with the pool. The pool apparently is about 10 meters deep. If you want, you can jump into it if you're feeling brave enough, and you can swim in it if you're brave enough. But we will just watch it from a distance. You can see the weather's coming in. It's very windy at the moment. There's no rain forecasted, thankfully. Nearing the top of all of this, and this is our final waterfall because we are now going to turn back down the hill. And then we have quite a hill to climb up back to the car. There in the distance is a car park. We didn't park there, we parked higher up. We parked in those woods over there somewhere. Just a little waterfall, and we actually parked in the parking area for it. It's very busy today. Loads of people. You can just make out the old man of store. Apparently the rocks, if you look at it, looks like an old man's face. Bit of a steep climb to the top, which we will attempt. It just amazes me at how many people are doing this. A lot of people around, I think. mountain of Rase. That is how you say it. In the background there. And then right at the back, the mountains in the background, those belong to Scotland of the mainland. We were actually on...
Can we see the cattle pass through?
Well, I was just about to say, we were on that side a while ago. And then in the background behind us we have the Karain, I think it is called, mountains. And right in the distance over there is the Man of Store sticking out. Do you want to explain that again?
No.
So if you look through the gap of the islands, and they're not the first mountain but the next one,
Yeah.
that is the Applecross Pass, which we did a few days ago, which is on the mainland of Scotland. We're in Glenfinnan having a look at the bridge. It's a viaduct where the train goes over, and that was filmed for the Harry Potter series. We think that this is Ben Nevis, the highest mountain in the UK. If you have a look, you can see some ski lifts going up it. We are in the right area. Yeah, but on that side there. The whole drive from that we did on the west coast of Scotland, it's really pretty but very green. Just mostly trees, forests, beautiful green colours. It all looks nice and washed and clean and airy, and then basically going past lofts and inlets from the sea. So, and also the mountains and the hills. Very pretty drive all the way down. We're very close to Glencoe, looking for the path that leads down to Hagrid's hut from the Harry Potter series. So apparently the hut's not there, but the pathway to the hut was filmed here. So we just look. So is it this pathway coming down to the woods over here? Or do we have to walk all the way there to see if there's another path coming down there? Having climbed a little bit higher, I still think that that's the path. But I hate to think about these poor actors and the whole film crew having to climb up here to shoot this. It's beautiful though. Right, so we think that this is the pathway that they come down, 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 down. The trees.
This is where Hagrid's hut is.
And the view. And this area here is where Hagrid's hut is. On our way driving down from Glencoe to Glasgow to eventually go to Cape Ryan, we passed Loch Lomond, which is one of the more important lochs and famous lochs in Scotland. So below us then is the Devil's Pulpit, which was used in a movie.
Yeah.
Called the Devil's Pulpit?
No.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
But it's really because of the red water. And we're going to see if we can find a pathway down to this. That should be fun. This is the path then down to the Devil's Pulpit. It looks like a lot of fun. That's just the walk going up.
Probably. I think you can cut your way without getting your feet wet.
And now we have to find a way across here. This water is so red, it really looks like blood, or diluted blood. And this then is the Devil's Pulpit. If you can see where those people are at the top, that's where we took the picture from early onwards. So we had to walk along the top, all the way along the top there on a nice pathway. Quite a thin chimney coming down, and we made it. Cape Ryan, where we slept for the night, and there is our boat waiting for us. And they let us through without any problem. Just had to search the van. They have our passports. I suppose they'll want them on the other side. This is goodbye Scotland. Not goodbye the UK yet. We're going to Northern Ireland. There's John with his morning coffee. We're not allowed to stay in the van, so we brought our own coffee. This is us coming into Larne, North Island. And here we are finally in Northern Ireland. It was just a 2-hour ferry. We're a little bit tired because it was a bit early this morning and we didn't sleep very well last night. But we're on our way to the Giants Causeway after filling up with some diesel. We parked for the night at a little place called Port Ballantrae, which is quite close to Bushmills, which is quite close to the Giants Causeway. We were going to do the Giants Causeway today, but it's raining, so we're going to try and do it tomorrow morning. It's on the other side of that hill. I'm just having a look at this very old mansion. On the other side there. Beautiful beach. We're doing a bit of a hike to the Giants Causeway today, as the parking prices close to it are very expensive, and we decided that we need a good walk. So we'll be walking next to the railway line for most of the time, I understand. We were going to do this yesterday, but it was raining. So now we're doing it this morning. The sun is out and it's a beautiful day. And another amazing beach. Old mansion, castle, chateau in the background. Our path took us a little bit closer to this house. It's such a beautiful day. See, I'm back to my beautiful again, John. Everything's so pretty and so beautiful. Normally when we hike, it's just this little hill and then will they be there, and then you get to the hill and there's more. And here it is just this little outcrop and it's behind it, but I think we are nearly there. It's a very beautiful pathway, so not a major. This is the beginning of the Giants Causeway then. If you have a look there, you can see the columns sticking up. Not sure if these are just rocks or also columns. We're not there yet. Almost. The people on the other side. That there is the visitor centre, which charges a fortune to park there. So apparently you can actually see them from here. In between the gap there. That's where the Giants Causeway is. A little bit more further to walk. We've already walked 3.5 k's, but that's okay. It's just beautiful and so pretty. And there they are, but it's still just a little distance to go still. It's literally been round the next corner, this whole hike. But now, round the next corner, it will definitely be there. But you can already see the start of it here, with thousands of people doing. Northern Ireland at the moment, and just looking at the scenery and the hedges and the roads, it's very similar to Southern England. Even the little villages, I would say, okay? The little quaintness of them. But maybe the grass is greener and brighter because this is Ireland.
We're on the Emerald Isle.
Yeah. It's quite a bright green grass. We're here at Loch Neagh. It's got a little bit of like a sulphur smell. And if you have a look at the water, it's very, very green. There's been a warning going around saying not to enter the water, it's quite toxic. Apparently the green algae here is dying off, which is producing the smell. But also if you look, you actually can't see the horizon here. Anyway, we're going to stay here for the night and see if we can cope with it, because it's quite enough. This water really looks like pea soup. It's quite disgusting actually. And it's a very big lake, this loch. This is the area where John's family comes from. It's in the area of the district of Dungannon, and it's Borstown. We are heading for a cemetery to see if we can find any tombstones. We've arrived at this site and it tells us that there is a cemetery on the right, but all I see are cows. But John's looked it up again and it seems as if it might be a little further. Road. This is us coming into Londonderry. We're just going to have a look at the old town.
Turn left onto Spencer Road.
It's a bit of a hill, this.
This part of the wall.
I don't know. This one.
That is, yeah. It wants me to go through. Okay.
Take the next left onto Palace Street, then your destination will be on the left.
Good.
Probably wants to park
No,
here.
down there. No, thank you.
As I said, might just want to park here. Because that's the wall.
That's where you put me.
I know, that's where the map put us. So you can, you know, do you want to see the wall? Or have we seen
Turn
the wall
left
now?
onto the Diamond, then turn left onto Butcher
Moving
Street.
on. Because then you can just exit it and move on.
Don't know what you want.
I think we can move on.
Okay.
This is very pretty. See if this takes us a little bit more to the wall so we can take a picture, or we can just go, because I mean I think it's going to get hectic.
Yeah. So
Turn
that
left
goes
onto
up.
Butcher Street, then turn left onto Magazine Street Upper.
So